The following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's time for the Chieftains. On your new home for Tonganoxie High School athletics, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by It's time for the Chieftains, right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's boys basketball matchup on Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's presented by Kansas Insurance. To see how they can help you protect what matters most, give them a call, 913-369-6600. We're back live here at the high school gym in Tonganoxie High School as your Tonganoxie Chieftains host the Piper Pirates. I'm Dylan Funk. Dennis Drennan taking the night off, so we welcome in former Tonganoxie Sports Live broadcaster and great friend John Roshkow. Partner, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too, Dylan. It's been a minute, but it feels like I never left.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We put the headsets back on. It's just like a year ago.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, kind of like riding a bike, but no hard work. So I'm very excited to get back into the Tongi High School gym. It was kind of crazy as I was driving up, seeing all of the improvements that they've done outside of the gym area. I was like, okay, I don't know, I don't recognize this place, but love it. It's exciting to be back in the seats on the headset, just in a slightly different role, but excited to see how the Chieftains and Pirates match up tonight.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say next. You picked a great matchup to come back for Tonganoxie and Piper. Tonganoxie setting the scene a little bit, had another successful season up to this point. They started off 4-0 for the first time in over 10 years before suffering a 2-game skid their last 2 games of the 2021 season in December against Eudora and Lansing. But then they opened up last week against Baldwin and Ottawa, 2 in a row, so that bumped the record back up. Tonight they welcome a Pirates team coming in with a 5-3 record, which by recent standards at Piper, not so great, but they are also competing against tougher 5A competition because Piper, as you may know, classifies as 5A in basketball, so they're butting heads with some of the more bigger dogs outside of the 4A realm. What's really important tonight, though, is the Frontier League standings, as Piper currently sits in 5th place right now, 2-0 record in conference, and they only sit 2.5 games back of first place. Meanwhile, Tonganoxie sitting at 6-2, 3-1 in conference. That one loss coming to Eudora, as they and Tonganoxie both sit a game behind the leading Baylor Panthers. Tonganoxie and Eudora do. So with the win tonight, Tonganoxie really keeps them in the running while putting space between them and the rest of the field. While lost, that puts Piper right back into the mix as they go on a long stretch of conference games over these next few weeks.
Yeah, again, Piper coming in, both teams coming in obviously with back-to-back wins. Piper coming in with a string of 3, and not small wins either. 65-42 at Lewisburg, 77-47 over Baldwin, and again, you're touching on playing against some of the tougher 5A competition. A 68-51 win at Shawnee Mission North. That's a big win for them.
That really is a big win. Yep.
And again, it'll be interesting to see which team kind of carries the momentum tonight and really sets themselves apart.
Yeah, and I think another interesting thing about Piper, since you have the schedule pulled up, you take a look at their wins. When they win pretty big, fair to say. And when they lose, it's only by about a possession or two. I mean, I think their average points margin of losses is about 3.5 points, maybe. If I had to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's spot on. The 60 to 57 loss at Olathe Northwest. Again, another 5A squad, as you mentioned. 58-53 loss to Mill Valley, and 73-70 at Shawnee Mission Northwest. Again, all 3 5A schools, but they competed with them. They hung close, and it's crazy to think that they're right in there on those games, and 1 or 2 possessions could have swung the game either way. So,
yeah, coming into tonight, I think this is really the first true kind of measuring stick game, as I like to call them, for this Tonganoxie squad. As we remember last year, that Tonganoxie squad, that Piper game, that was kind of almost a wake-up call for them. They got beat by double digits for the first time that year against Piper, and I think that kind of woke them up a little bit, made them realize, all right, so this is kind of the competition. This is where we got to get. It'll be interesting to see how they react to that tonight. And we're about 2.5 minutes ready to go from tip-off. You've been watching the SNS Body pregame show since 1972. SNS has been the place to go to in Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work. Be sure to get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. Starting lineups and the tip-off are on the other side of the break right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tonganoxie High School, the home of the Chieftains. We welcome you and our guests from Piper High School. Kansas State High School Activities Association and Tonganoxie High School encourage you to make good sportsmanship a priority at all times. Winning is for a day, sportsmanship is for a lifetime. We invite you to remain seated at halftime for tonight's game for performance from our Chieftain Stars dance team. At this time, I ask that you please stand, remove your hats, and help us honor America and those who serve it in the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For Piper, number 10, 6'4" senior, Jerron Biggs. For Tonganoxie, number 12, 6'2" senior, Kyler Keachman. For Piper, number 12, 6'3" senior, Blake Porter. For Tonganoxie, number 13, 6'2" senior, Andrew Wilson. For Piper, number 24, 5'9" junior, Miguel Martin. For Tonganoxie, number 14, 6'4" junior, Caleb Clark. For Piper, number 30, 6'4" sophomore, Gannon Roth. For Tonganoxie, number 22, 5'8" senior, Mikey Conroy. For Piper, number 33, 6' junior, Colin Vigil. For Tonganoxie, number 23, 6' senior, Zane Novotny. Coaches for tonight's game for Piper, Steve Wallace, Tonganoxie, Phil Jones. Officials for this evening's game are Paul Sedler, Kyle Summer, and Ron Sutton.
All right, thanks to our PA announcer tonight, John Thompson, for those starting lineups. And those were brought to you by the Tonganoxie Public Library. The Public Library offers a wide variety of services for the citizens of our community. Stop by and visit them in downtown Tonga or learn more at their website, tonganoxielibrary.org. Before we get going with tip-off tonight, folks, we do want to remind you of the Easy Rail Highlight service tonight. If you want the latest highlight of the game sent right to your phone, text THS to the number on your screen, 816-406-0051. That'll be going all throughout tonight's boys matchup between Tonganoxie and Piper. We are glad to be continuing our Easy Relic partnership in year 2 here at Tonganoxie Sports Live. And Piper wins the opening tip-off, and we are underway tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us. And having it right now is number 12, Porter. Gives it up top to Briggs. A couple of familiar names remembering from last year. Briggs driving in on Wilson, attacking the basket. Can't get it to fall. And rebound is tracked down by Wilson, his first of the night.
Kind of a nice return to normalcy there with the opening tap.
Yeah, no more opening possessions. We got tip-offs now. That's a Conroy guarded by Briggs. He's going to give it off to Caleb Clark and back up to Conroy as he'll set up the offense. The partner, I know you've been fairly busy, but have you been able to tune in to watch any past Tonga basketball games? Or
Unfortunately, no. With time up at Missouri Western and all that, didn't have a chance to watch any of Tonga basketball. Didn't have a chance to watch any Tonga football, unfortunately. But I did get a chance to see a Tonganoxie alum, Dallas Bond, playing for the Pitt State Gorillas. Came up and got a chance to see him in action at Missouri Western this year.
Very awesome. Another Tonganoxie alum that you didn't get a chance to see, but Cole Sample. Does that name ring a bell to you?
It does.
Yes, he was also another one. He graduated the year before we started up here at Tonganoxie Sports Live, and he was that guy on the field. Big defensive lineman. They had him on the offensive line as well. Very, very dominant. I'm glad to see both of them are doing well down at Pitt State, though.
Yep.
Here's a shot from three-point range, no good from Roth, and we got a whistle and a foul underneath. Caleb Clark already picked up his first foul of the game earlier on. And they're going to attack Kyler Keithman with this one, his first second-team foul for the Chieftains. Hold the early 2-0 lead over Piper after the basket underneath by Caleb Clark on the opening offensive possession. Briggs fighting hard down low. Can't get it to fall. Good, strong rebound by Keithman.
I will say, did have a chance to do a little bit of research, and so knowing that this is exactly how Coach Jones wanted his team about, keeping that trademark tough defense alive, held a pretty solid Piper squad scoreless through the opening 2 minutes.
Yeah, something that they did not do very much of in last season's matchup, and the big three there from Zane Novotny, his first on the night. It's really crucial for this Chieftain offense, the nights where they just really get going. That's when Zane Novotny really has good confidence from beyond the three-point arc. Ball tipped up and out of bounds again. Fast-flying defense here from the Chieftains. They're forced Piper to reset up top for Martin. He's going to give it up to Vigil. Now cross-court here to Roth. Like Chieftains coming out in a little bit of a zone defense. Kick out. Martin for three. Can't finish. Going to the corner, and Vigil's right there to track it down. Tonganoxie already allowing a fair share of offensive rebounds for Piper, unfortunately, for the Pirates there, walking with it, and a turnover. Got our first substitution in the game, 0-0. Aaron Simmons, the 6'4 senior, coming in for Piper. It's a name I remember calling from football, and a travel call on Zane Novotny, so he's going to give it right back to Piper. Yeah, if you were in case you're just now joining us, this is a big game for Tonganoxie as far as the standings in the Frontier League, because they find themselves kind of in a three-team race right now. It's them, Eudora, kind of trying to chase down and keep pace with Paola, who currently sits on top in the lead by a full game, as Simmons gets involved right off the bench down underneath. Piper currently sit in the middle of the pack in 5th place, 2.5 games back of that first place lead. So with a win tonight, they could kind of put themselves in the mix. And with Tongi hoping to pull out a win, they could kind of put some space between Piper and the rest of the Frontier League and keep it a 3-man race. Simmons coming up to approach Wilson and gets called for the rough defense. That'll be his first.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown that last basket for Tongi. Mm-hmm. Simmons able to cut underneath in the lane and find the Briggs with the open drop pass. And
Wilson driving, picking up his dribble. He's going to get it right back in the corner and fires away. You bet. 2 for 2 from three-point range to open up the game, and an 8-2 lead for Tonganoxie over Piper. And another travel here on Martin and another turnover. Yeah, I think if you're Coach Jones right now, couldn't have asked for a better start for your team here, partner.
No, I mean, again, obviously he's going to want to kind of clean up the rebounding a little bit, but, you know, even though Piper's gotten some offensive rebounds, they haven't been able to do anything with them except for that, you know, that one basket. Because they, you know, as we saw down the corner, Keatsman just pinned his man in the corner, didn't give him an easy option, and
Rodney looking for help, bails him out to Wilson. That's something kind of for the Chieftains, giving up second, third chance opportunities down the defensive end due to rebounding. They kind of lacked, obviously, some of the size that they had last year, but still with guys like Kyler Keatsman down low, he kind of helps make up for it. And he's been a big part for Tonganoxie down on the defensive end, and showing off the good hustle here on the offensive end as well, saving that. Giving Wilson another chance at three. He can't quite connect. Rebound underneath. Martin got a hand on it first, and Roth cleans it up. Here comes the Pirates back the other way with it. Mikey Conroy intercepting that one, getting a fingertip on it, and the finger roll for two.
And great defensive awareness there by Conroy, just stepping into the passing lane. And
yeah, very risky when you kind of make those cross-court passes. A little bit of a lob pass as well. Gave Conroy plenty of time to get a fingertip on it and run away with the easy two. And we got a whistle. And it sounds like this is going to be on Caleb Clark. That'll be his second. Be the third team foul. Both teams going to be making substitutions. Isaiah Holthouse will be coming in for Tonganoxie, and number 2, Mikey Burgess, the 5'8 freshman, going to be checking in for Piper. Briggs gets his first free throw to fall.
Number 2, Burgess into the game for Piper.
And Briggs goes 2 for 2 from the line on that trip. Piper coming back with some full court pressure, maybe trying to cause a turnover. Tonganoxie going right through it. Pass a little bit behind Wilson there from Holthouse. He's able to corral it. Approaching the 2:30 mark here left in the first quarter. Yeah, looks like we might have an
offensive foul there. Novotny kind of used his elbow to clear out space. And
yeah, pretty hard to get away with in basketball. Anytime you kind of extend that elbow or forearm just in the slightest, the official is going to call it. 9 out of 10 times.
And especially with the referee right in his hip pocket, you know.
Now Novotny intercepting that one and laying it up for 2. He leads all Tonganoxie scores with 5 here in the early going. And it's a 12-4 run for the Chieftains as we approach the 2-minute mark. Briggs
pulling the trigger from NBA range there, and
showing off the range and connecting. Cuts it back down to a 5-point lead for Tonganoxie. We'll be right back in 30 seconds here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Come count the ways 1866 Bar and Grill is Tongie's tastiest. Incredible selection, delicious preparation, and a beautifully designed space all make 1866 one of the area's premier eateries, delivering big city taste in a small town atmosphere. Satisfying sandwiches, sizzling steaks, the best burgers anywhere, and even lovely lemonade. See the full menu on Facebook at 1866 Bar and Grill, or order now by calling 913-369-7007.
Back here live at Tonganoxie High School, Dylan Funk alongside John Roscoe. 12-7 is our score here. 2:04 left to play in the first quarter. Tonganoxie on top of Piper. And going again right through the full court pressure from Piper. Tonganoxie now looking to set up here on the offensive end as it works its way to Holthouse, and it keeps him back out to Wilson. Open 3. Can't get it to go from straight away. A good strong rebound and box out from Briggs. Coming off the long range 3-pointer from Piper's last possession, cutting it down to a 5-point lead. Another 2-point for Burgess, and he gets it to fall. And what was once an 8-point lead for Tonganoxie, now only down to 2, 12-10. Chieftains looking to stop the bleeding here. Swiped away. Novotny didn't quite have his eyes on the defender, and a jump ball will be called.
Yeah, Tongie's very fortunate to come away with that one, as Novotny just kind of was directing traffic, but forgetting Rule 1, take care of the ball, and
just left it open, left it unsecure.
Briggs put his hand out, poked away, and
no basket underneath, and it did kind of look like Wilson shuffled his feet a little bit. I think he was wanting to pass to the man down in the corner, but then decided to go up for the basket himself. Gets called for the travel and a turnover. As we're approaching the end of the first quarter here, 1 minute left to play and counting. Burgess has it. He's going to hand it off to Briggs. Pretty easy to keep track of him in the hot pink shoes tonight, and he drains that one right in the face of Andrew Wilson. 8 points for Briggs, and he gives Piper the 1-point lead. Double team, able to give it to Keatsman. Tonganoxie looking to stop the bleeding here. Long range three from Novotny, just short. And it'll clink out of bounds. And Piper has a prime opportunity to chew up some clock and put up the last shot of the first quarter here. 24 seconds left. Giving it to Simmons, trying to hand it off to Briggs, and it's taken away. No look, underhand pass from Novotny. It finds its way to Conroy. Back to Novotny, 3, 2, 1. Jumper from the paint. No good, but right place, right time. Isaiah Holthouse putting it right back up for 2. And Tonganoxie will reclaim the lead to end the first quarter. Second quarter action right on the other side of this break here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. 14-13, Tonganoxie over Piper.
15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
All right, ready for the start of the second quarter here at Tonganoxie High School. Dylan Funk, John Roshkob here on the call tonight. 14-13 is our score after one. Tonganoxie on top of Piper, running floater. Nothing but net for Burgess. 5 points on the night for him off the bench. Burgess trying to jump in front of that pass, just a little too in front. Novotny able to bring it across the timeline. Trying to dribble out of trouble here, and it's poked away from Briggs, and he'll take it and lay it up. Easy two. Jerron Briggs just entered double digits, his 10th point of the night. And Tonganoxie started off this game on a 10-2 run, and they have since seen Piper kind of turn up the intensity on them and have reclaimed a 3-point lead right now, 17-14, and a turnover here. Right down low to Simmons. I think he had his eyes on the basket just a little too long there, but able to put it up off the glass anyways over Clark. Wilson looking for help, finds Novotny. Bounce pass underneath the Holthouse. Simmons is right there. Kick out to Wilson for three. Short. Rebounded by Burgess.
Tongi hoping, throwing up a few hopeful baskets, not the best of looks.
Simmons turnaround jumper can't fall. I think the defense of Piper has them a little shaken right now. It doesn't look like they're kind of giving their offense a chance to really set up and get the open shot they want. Something they're going to have to try to fix here as this game goes along.
Definitely need to settle down. And
Wilson, good finish.
And then, as soon as I say that, settle down and wait for the shot, Wilson shows that
and looks
just
like
good leadership from the senior. And
Andrew Wilson really having a spectacular senior season so far. He's kind of been the one Chieftain through every game. That's kind of been the solid stable for Coach Jones' squad. Of course, the addition of Kyler Keatsman, again, did not play last season, has helped the squad as well. And another turnover here for Tonganoxie, and Jerome Briggs lays up for two. Lead is now back up to 5 for Piper. Holthouse brings it back down to 3.
And great work there by the Chieftains, kind of recognizing the open hole in the Piper defense and taking advantage of it.
Approaching the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter, 21-18, Piper. Shot there, no good, and strong rebound from Novotny. Looks like number 3, P.J. Moore, is checked in for Piper, and he's down underneath guarding Holthouse. Wilson driving again on Porter, loses the ball. But they're going to say last touch by a purple jersey, and Tonganoxie will inbound.
Looks like Blake Porter got a hand in there, but kept it in contact, threw it out of bounds.
Wilson looking for help. That long wingspan of Briggs right in front of him. And Jerron Briggs here, the 6'4 senior. I'd like to know what his wingspan is. Ball gets thrown away. Keatsman and Briggs get their feet tangled up and hit the deck, but both get up unharmed. And Piper will look to cash in on another Tonganoxie turnover. Moore with it, waiting patiently, gives it back up top to Briggs, taking a screen from Porter. Doesn't like what he sees, he'll set it back up. Now driving and attacking, just too easy. There's now 14 points on the night for Jerron Briggs. Wilson driving by him. Chieftains have some numbers here. Novotny letting it fly in the corner, leaves it short. Don't see that very often from him. And Briggs fighting off the defenders. Look at this. But a travel will be called. Yeah, you can definitely tell that young man's going to be going to the next level somewhere. Conroy had that one poked away from Burgess, and it looked like he dribbled it off his own sneaker. Initially, I think I said Piper ball, that they are going to talk it over right in front of the Tongi bench.
And the backside official had a better view, and they were able to share that with his partner. And
I think the right call as well, so good job. Kudos to the officials.
It's one thing I'm always amazed about watching basketball. To see that, 3 officials watching 10 players with all the contact, how they make the right calls is just amazing to me. And that's going to be Tongi ball.
Full timeout taken here by Coach Jones. His squad still trails 23-18, 3:17 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll be right back here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, your new home for Chieftain Athletics.
Local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Folks, don't forget tonight about our Easy Relic highlight service. If you want the latest highlight of the game, send right to your phone. Text THS to 816-406-0051. We're glad to continue our partnership with Easy Relic as they continue to bring you all the highlights from your favorite Chieftains. Again, text THS to 816-406-0051. Any point throughout the contest tonight, it'll send you about a 30 to 45 second clip right to your phone via text message, and you can save it right to your camera roll, and you can just keep it for, if it's your son, your grandson, nephew, boyfriend, whoever it is. It's a great way to kind of keep track of all their highlights throughout the season.
And make sure you hang on to those links, because Easy Relic doing a great job of keeping all that traffic on their site, and still got a bunch of clips from last year's football season.
Yeah, there are plenty of highlight moments from last year's football season, let me tell you. Novotny maybe drawing some contact on the way to the basket.
Fouls on Moore.
They're going to tag that on P.J. Moore. It's going to be his first. Only the second team foul on the Pirates. And that'll send Novotny to the line for a pair of free throws. Just a second under the 3-minute mark here in the second quarter. Barreling towards halftime. Tonganoxie, they jumped out fast in the first quarter, led it by as many as 8 over Piper, and then Piper kind of stormed back, took the lead, and now we're kind of in a mutual back and forth tug of war, if you so say. Novotny going 1 for 2 on that trip. Taking the lead now down to 4. Alex Crowley, number 11, new and checked in on the floor for Tonganoxie as he watches PJ Moore knock down that three-pointer.
Piper's kind of backed off the press a little bit, but Tongi's still struggling a little bit to get over half court. And
I think you see Andrew Wilson as he was coming back half court, kind of giving the signal with his hands for his team, just try to calm down, take a deep breath. Cannot afford to let this game get too far out of hand here. Long three now, and no good for Roth. Yeah, Piper electing to forego the pressure and just get back on defense. This is Crowley with it. And right in his hip pocket was Porter. And they're going to get him with the foul. It'll be his first foul. Novotny will inbounds, and he finds his senior teammate, Andrew Wilson. Screen there, and a foul called on Isaiah Altos for the illegal screen on Briggs.
And not quite all the way set there, and a little hip check there. Does not go unnoticed.
Coach Jones talking with the official, maybe looking for an explanation, but I think, like you said, partner, pretty clear and obvious. Kind of sticking out the hip a little bit, illegal screen. And while the official was trying to explain his decision to Coach Jones, almost gets hit in the face with the basketball, so it's barely out of bounds. Good reflexes. Jump shot drive, Burgess, no, but Briggs able to track it down. This is where Tonganoxie, this has got to be one of the focal points for me if I'm Coach Jones. During halftime is allowing Piper to get second and third chances at points as Briggs makes him pay again. Good pass underneath the Holthouse, just short. Under the rim, Porter and Briggs kind of fell on top of each other near the padded wall. They both get up and appear to be all right. I think Holthouse, I think he heard the footsteps behind him and just got a little timid on the bunny underneath. Largest lead of the night for either team at 9, and it's going to go to 11. Underneath is Porter, his first points of the night. With under a minute left to play here in the second. Crowley, risky pass there again. And Mikey Conroy looks like he's going to get checked back in the game, presumably for Alex Crowley, and that is the case. And Crowley, a player who, coming into this one, not a lot of varsity, I should say meaningful varsity experience, not necessarily garbage time, but kind of getting brought off the bench early on in the contest. This one, as you can kind of tell, didn't look the most comfortable out there on the court. Good feed underneath, Keatsman to Wilson, and gets fouled. So looks to finish the old-fashioned three-point play at the free throw line.
That was a much, much cleaner execution of the offense there by Tongi. We've seen on the past few possessions, they've tried to keep the ball moving quick, but the communication wasn't quite there, the timing wasn't quite there. That was a perfectly executed play, exactly what Coach Jones wants them to do, and finish off a three-point play, cut the lead to 8. Hopefully take that into halftime and say, hey, guys, we can do this. We can settle down. And
yeah, looking to build some momentum here. Now forcing a stop, and
then as soon as I say that.
I've seen that from Novotny so many times, and I'm going to say last touch by.
So yeah, I would say it's a fair call because it did kind of go through traffic, but yeah, still.
Say from the initial body language from the Chieftains on the floor, it looked like it was another turnover. And we might have a. I think they're going to talk between Novotny and Mikey Burgess. Maybe jawing at each other, maybe. I like that from the official. If there was some jawing, I like the kind of approaching them first, maybe give them a warning, and that three-pointer off the side of the backboard. Briggs coming back there with it. Got to put a shot up here. Good if it goes, and it won't. And that is how the first half will end. Piper 30, Tonganoxie 22. We'll be right back with the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show right after this on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Wizard of Paws, now at their newly renovated location in downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming, doggy daycare, dog obedience, and socialization classes. At Wizard of Paws, your pet will get a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. And their new facility offers amenities and space that is doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or visit their new location at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawspet.com.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Midwest Chiropractic offers a friendly and caring environment with the most comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Haug at Midwest Chiropractic Center care about your health, and their approach to care proves it. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com. The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. Participating in community recreation is not only fun, but also healthy and educational. The Tonganoxie Rec Commission encourages all ages and abilities to participate in recreational activities. That's why they're continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. To see the latest sports and program offerings and to get signed up, visit them at tongirec.org or call 913-845-3502.
With the First State Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
Forward-thinking fashions and fashionable formals. That's Jeannie's Formals Fashions and Boutique in downtown Tonganoxie. Jeannie's is Tongi's dress shop with the perfect style for your upcoming formal event, including tuxes. Jeannie's also has a huge selection of Chiefs and Chieftain gear, kids' apparels and toys, graphic tees, sublimated tumblers, and more. Stylish apparel in sizes from juniors to 3X. Stop by and see the girls at Jeannie's to get the latest fashions first. 520 East 4th Street in downtown Tongi, or on Facebook at Jeannie's Formals.
The halftime show is brought to you by White Birch Properties Realty Executives. At White Birch Properties, you have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house, and their team is ready to help lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-915-0451. The Chieftain Stars out on the court going through their halftime dance routine. We are live here. Dylan Funk alongside former Tonganoxie Sports Live broadcaster, although you might be helping out more here and there around our channels, maybe a little bit more on that in a minute, but 30-22 is our score at halftime. Piper on top of Tonganoxie again. That fast start from Tonga we were talking about, couldn't have asked for a better start if you were Coach Jones. Maybe needed to clean up a little more on the defensive end as far as rebounds, and you kind of blink, and Piper kind of takes an 11-point lead at a point, and Chieftains got it down to 8, but I mean, holy cow, what an explosion for Piper.
So, we touched on in the pregame how last year's game was kind of a wake-up call for the Chieftains. And I really think that that stretch, tail end of the first quarter to the opening of the second, that's kind of a got to be a wake-up call for this year's squad, because coming out on a 10-2 run is, again, great way. You always want to start the game with with an explosive start like that, getting the job done on both ends of the court. But then Piper's, stepped up and said, okay, we are here to play. And, it kind of shook the Chieftains up a little bit. I watched the offense kind of falter a little bit to the press, not able to do the press break, kind of getting a little bit off timing-wise. So the quick passes weren't quite on the mark. Shooting kind of trailed off a little bit there. But Tongi, I feel like they kind of settled in the last 4 minutes of the half, and again, they were able to cut the lead down to 8. But I think even though they didn't surge as much as they probably wanted to, they're still it's still good things for the Chieftains coming up. I think they were able to kind of settle down, and Coach Jones gave them a good talking, pep talk in the locker room.
And I'm sure. And again, this is this isn't like the deadbeat team that they're against here. I mean, this is a really talented Piper squad. When you start out again on a 10-2 run, and then you end the half on the wrong end of a 28-12 run. It's not very encouraging. But I think another way to look at it, though, is that you're only down 8. This game is still well within reach, and if they just come out, if they settle down, because I agree with you. I think Tonganoxie really kind of sped this game up unnecessarily fast for them. Like, they just tried to go way too fast. They just need to try to slow down and play their style of ball, and I think they'll be fine. We saw that towards the end, and it really worked out well for them. Let's run through the point totals real quick. Andrew Wilson leading the Tonganoxie scores with 8, Kayla Clark with 2, Mikey Conroy with 2, as well as Zane Novotny hitting an early 3 early on, finishing the first half with 6, and I think you might have been able to see kind of getting frustrated there with the Piper team and the Piper student section there at the tail end of the first half. Hopefully, we'd like to see him keep his composure as the second half continues. And Isaiah Holthouse with 4 points off the bench. Flipping over to the Piper side, I mean, it's really been a one-man wrecking crew. Jerron Briggs, he's got 16 of the 30 for Piper. You got number 12 Porter with 2, and that's all the points that Piper has gotten from their starters. The other 12 have come from the bench, with Simmons with 4, Burgess with 5, and Moore with 3. So really, I think public enemy number 1 is Jerron Briggs in that Tonganoxie locker room right now. It'll be interesting to see maybe how they switch up on the defensive end, maybe to help shut him down more, or just be interesting to see what Coach Jones decides what direction he decides to go up. And under 3 minutes left to go here now in the Whitebirch Property Realty Executives halftime show. We'll go ahead and take our final break, and when we come back, we'll have second half action right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Midwest Chiropractic offers a friendly and caring environment with the most comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Haug at Midwest Chiropractic Center care about your health, and their approach to care proves it. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com. The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. Participating in community recreation is not only fun, but also healthy and educational. The Tonganoxie Rec Commission encourages all ages and abilities to participate in recreational activities. That's why they're continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. To see the latest sports and program offerings and to get signed up, visit them at tongirec.org or call 913-845-3502.
Wizard of Paws, now at their newly renovated location in downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming, doggy daycare, dog obedience, and socialization classes. At Wizard of Paws, your pet will get a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. And their new facility offers amenities and space that is doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or visit their new location at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawspet.com.
State purpose of visit.
Well, our tractor's gonna kick the bucket this year.
Searching internet for new bucket.
I don't need a bucket.
Provide bucket color preference. Red, yellow, taupe, magenta. Oh, wait. They are out of magenta.
Robots don't know you. We do.
I could do a quote on a new one.
With us, getting the right coverage starts with a conversation. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Frontier agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
All right, back here ready for the start of the second half, and this opening possession is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust in Tonganoxie. Community National Bank offers a diverse mix of products and services to serve all your financial needs, whether it's expanding a new home, or financing a new home, expanding your small business, needing assistance with your retirement plans, and so much more. Learn more at their website, communitynationalbank.net. And that, folks, is why you take the extra 10 seconds, come back early to get your live reads done. And we open the second half with Teron Briggs picking up his first foul of the game. Tight defense there on Andrew Wilson. And the key focus here for Tonganoxie to start off. Clark open to the basket, turned around and sees that, and a foul's going to be called. And get Burgess drive with the no.
Clark at the line, shooting 2.
No, they called it on number 12, Blake Porter, excuse me. Clark now at the line, shooting 2 as he misses his first free throw.
I don't think Clark realized just how wide open he was when he got that pass.
I mean, he got it, and he was kind of expecting some defense right behind him, and he just kind of peeked over his shoulder, and he was like, holy crap, look at all of this. Actually coming back out in the zone defense, finds its way up to Briggs, and he's going to reset the offense. And you did a little research during the halftime show, partner. You said Briggs was featured in an article. Was that on Max Preps?
PrepHoops.com, and he's one of the statistical leaders in Class 5A in Kansas at the break. And then named to the 810varsity.com All Showcase team. And, you know, 810 Varsity hosts a series of high school showcase games, kind of, you know, giving us college scouts and giving fans, you know, a good look at basketball, but also giving college scouts a good place to come in and look at a lot of talent. And that was a better finish there by Caleb Clark, as, you know, I think you kind of like to have that possession. You know, we've liked to have had that possession a couple trips ago, but
Caleb Clark's got all 3 points here so far in the second half for Tonganoxie. And he comes right back down the defensive end, picks up his third foul.
And Briggs just showing that, showing his talent there, elevate, float, and
coming over the shield, no look, feed to Porter. While all that was happening, and another turnover here. The Tonganoxie bench having some conversation with the scores table. They believe that Caleb Clark only has 2 fouls instead of 3. And meanwhile, a quick 6-0 burst right there. That time that was Roth finishing underneath, and Coach Jones just needing to take a quick timeout here and catch their breath as he finds the squad down 12 here. 5:59 left to go here in the third quarter.
Thinking about starting your next home improvement project? Make sure you call 811 before you dig. Once you call 811, wait a few days for the utilities to mark your yard with paint or flags so that you don't unintentionally dig into an underground utility line. Hitting a buried line can disrupt your neighborhood's utility service, cost money to repair, or cause serious injury or death. Southern Star asks you to protect your community. Dig safely. Call 811.
All right, back here out of the quick Tonganoxie timeout, and definitely not the way Tonganoxie wanted to start this game coming out of the halftime locker room. And it just keeps getting worse here. Now Briggs, like he was looking for Virgil, went through his hands, but Porter right there to recover. Now Briggs had it poked away momentarily and recovers. Down low, Porter. He has already doubled his point total from the first half with 4. Largest deficit that the Chieftains had faced so far tonight. Down by 15. Wilson driving, blocked from behind. Wilson gets it, looking to inbound, and he lobs it up to Novotny, who's able to collect it. Now looking to drive, had it stripped away. And drawing contact, and he'll be going back to the free throw line.
Foul on Burgess is first.
They call that foul on number 2, Mikey Burgess.
Line, shooting 2.
Able to knock down his first. Looking to go 2 for 2 here on this trip. Second shot is away and good. Here, Andrew Wilson work out to his teammates, talking about needing to communicate more. I can also imagine that was another vocal point for Coach Jones during halftime. Really loves his team to be out there and communicating with each other. Nothing he hates more than a silent defensive possession from his team. He's mentioned that to us many a times before in the past. Briggs not able to finish. Second chance here from Porter, and still not able to finish. And Coach Steve Wallace or Piper want a foul on Andrew Wilson perhaps. Ball finds its way down low to Clark. He's working hard. And
draws foul there, and
Fouls on Vigil is first.
they're going to tack that one to number 33, Colin Vigil, the 6-foot junior. Botany getting it in to Wilson, guarded by Briggs, best on the court. Wilson, good drive and good finish.
great work there by Wilson, just taking the ball to the rack strong and having the confidence to know that he can make the shot. And
yeah, we've really seen that a lot from Andrew this season, kind of showing off, maybe feeling more confident in himself, really taking pride in attacking the basket, drawing some fouls on the way, but also able to finish strong through some contact and traffic. And Novotny looks like he got a hand on that ball that was
off Porter's foot and out. And
so Tonganoxie getting the stop, getting the turnover. Piper coming back in the full court pressure. Tonganoxie got the lead back down to 11, and hard foul there. And that's on Vigil again.
Vigil is second.
It's hard contact. Didn't see a lot of malice there. Saw Novotny popping over to. I'm not, not sure if it was to kind of keep Vigil from going after him or to keep his own player home, but
yeah, maybe a little bit of both. But again, like you said, no malice whatsoever. I don't think it was in the slightest intentional, as Vigil takes it right back and lays it up through Wilson and had some words for him afterwards. So maybe it was Novotny coming back to kind of tell him off and keep his teammate for having a cool hit as well. Good feed to Clark, not able to finish, tipping it up and rebounds it himself. Novotny for three. Yes!
Tongi really needed that as Novotny was kind of looking a little spent a few possessions ago, but now with the pair of free throws and the big three-pointer there, kind of brings the energy of that squad up, and hopefully Chieftains will be able to close the gap to single digits.
Yeah, looking to kind of create a spark there and carry that momentum on. Three-point basket, no good. Rebounded by Isaiah Holthouse, fresh off the bench here in the second half. Tonganoxie can cut it back down to single digits here. 2:45 and counting left to go here in the third quarter. As Wilson now fires from deep, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Porter. Briggs spot up three. Just a little too strong. Novotny had it, and Vigil poked it away last second. And it'll be Tonganoxie basketball as Simmons and Moore will check back in for the Pirates. And another thing to kind of keep in mind with Piper, they bring a little bit of a deeper bench with them tonight. Tonganoxie, usually Coach Jones doesn't like to go further than about two players at the most off his bench. So we'll see if fatigue and attrition set in as this game progresses. Meanwhile, contact down low. Keatsman hitting the deck as Briggs drives by. And that's going to be a blocking foul on him. That'll be his second team foul of the half for Tonganoxie. Piper currently sitting with 5, so 2 more before Tonganoxie will get put in the 1-on-1 bonus. Burgess looking for an inbound and over. I think it's pretty hard to kind of get it over Briggs' fingertips. Chase down block. And they call it goaltend or foul. And
calling a foul there. And it was pretty strong contact there. I'm not sure.
But again, just kind of flashing the athleticism there from Jerron Briggs. Getting on his horse, and coming back and getting the chase down block.
You're hearing some of the Piper fans behind us. And it was a good clean block, but I think the contact happened as the players were coming down.
Yeah, the block was.
The block was gorgeous.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it kind of gave me flashbacks to the Game 7 NBA Finals block that LeBron James had against the Golden State Warriors. It kind of gave me flashes of that. But again, just a little bit too strong on the contact with the body coming down, drawing that whistle. And Wilson was convinced that was Tonganoxie basketball. Myself, maybe included. It looked like last touch.
It was close.
Again, the officials' eyes down there in better position than ours up here as making the three in the corner. This is number 22, Lance Walton. First time we've called his name tonight.
And Novotny overcooks the pass there, out of bounds. And great vision by Novotny, just a little bit too much oomph on it.
Piper looking to capitalize here. Simmons driving near baseline, now kicking it back out to Moore. And they're going to get a foul call here on Novotny. He'll pick up his second foul of the game.
Foul on Novotny, his second, team 6.
Piper still sitting comfortably right now with an 11-point lead. Moore can't add more to it. No pun intended. Rebounded by Holthouse. He gives it to Novotny. Finds Conroy. Open in the near side corner. Buries it.
Conroy had all sorts of time to get his feet set, and all Novotny had to do was look up and see his man in the corner. And
Conroy, a player for Tongi, not the flashiest when it comes to points on the stat sheet, but when you give him that much space beyond the arc, he will pull the trigger and he will make them the majority of the time. And Piper coming back the other way. That's Simmons finishing underneath through the contact, and he'll have a chance for a three-point play here.
Foul on Holthouse, his
Going to be the second foul on Isaiah. Kyler Keatsman coming right back into the game. And Holthouse showing his frustration to the coaches, and they're telling him, just come and sit down about it before you draw a technical or anything like that, but not able to finish the free throw there from Simmons.
Conway able to come away with the rebound there. Great positioning by a young man.
About 45 seconds and counting left to play here. Still a 10-point game. Out of bounds, and he'll stay down here with Tonganoxie. Now the Tonganoxie student section perhaps maybe trying to get under the skin of Jerome Briggs. Conroy trapped momentarily, and Briggs gets tagged with the reach-in foul there.
Foul on Briggs, his third.
So that'll be his third, and that's going to be the seventh team foul. So like I mentioned earlier, that'll put Tonganoxie in the 1-on-1 bonus, and that could be crucial for them here, trying to come back from this 10-point deficit, but not if you're not able to make your free throws.
Yeah, you've got to make them when you have the opportunity.
Walton driving in and dish it to Simmons, can't finish. Wilson kind of meeting him up top a little bit on that one. Might have got a fingertip on that ball. Now driving Wilson, rejected.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I mean, it's
yeah, there's sometimes you have to recognize the talent, and
Vigil into the game for Piper.
Kai Reed, we're gonna go with. We don't have a 5 listed on the varsity roster, but Reed listed on the freshman roster.
Yep. Kai Reed, the 6'1" freshman. Yeah, but that's the name that PA announcer's going with as well, so we'll go with it as too.
Presume he's in the scorebook as that, so.
And he picks up his first foul of the game as we're trying to figure out his name. That sends Andrew Wilson to the free throw line. Without a doubt, the best free throw shooter that Tonganoxie has. If I had to guess, I haven't seen any official stats out there for Tongi, but if I just had to guess, probably somewhere 85% from the free throw line on the year.
And he has the stroke of a 85-90% free throw shooter there. Just steps up to the line, confident, and
yeah, that's what during the last game, that's what Dennis and I were debating about. Could he possibly be above 90? I know that's hard, but still. And there you go, Reed. He's making sure we know what his name is. Knocking down the three-pointer there. Back to an 11-point lead after 3 quarters. Piper 50, Tonganoxie 39 going into the 4th quarter here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Of Tonganoxie, you'll find incredible care close to home. A friendly staff here for you when you need them, offering primary care for all ages from general physicals and health exams to minor procedures and x-ray services, along with an overall patient education ensuring peace of mind that you're receiving the best care possible in a convenient, accessible manner. Visit lmh.org or call 913-845-8400 to schedule an appointment and learn more about the incredible primary care providers at Family Medicine of Tonganoxie, your partner for lifelong health.
For more than 20 years, Kevin Gallagher with American Family Insurance has been serving area families and businesses. As members of your community, Kevin and his staff understand how important it is to be there for you, their trusted neighbors and friends. With locations in Tonganoxie and Kansas City, the Kevin Gallagher Agency is building stronger partnerships. Get a quote today by calling 913-369-4444. That's 913-369-4444. Home, life, auto, farm, and more. The Kevin Gallagher Agency, American Family Insurance.
All right, back here, getting ready to start the 4th quarter. Dylan Funk alongside John Roshkow. We're jamming out to the tunes of the Tonganoxie High School pep band up there in the corner of the Crow's Nest here in the high school gymnasium. And again, something that last time you and I were here calling ball games, didn't really have much of a student section. The band would kind of be here every now and then, with COVID trying to limit the amount of capacity in the gym. It's great to have them back at full force this year. Wilson, Euro step, finishes.
Great defensive read there by Wilson, just spotting the little opening and flashing through the lane. And
Briggs trying to feed Simmons, but it goes off the sneaker of Andrew Wilson. It'll stay Piper basketball.
Roth in your game for Piper.
Number 30, Gannon Roth, the 6'4" sophomore, checking back in for Piper. So he brings out number 22, Lance Walton. Moore catch and shoot in the corner. Not sure if he got a piece of the rim on that one or not. And a kickball will be called. Conroy was almost looking to kind of scoop that one up and go for the easy two on the other end. Fast whistle there by the officials holding up play. Chieftains now back within single digits. Really need to get some stops here and capitalize on the offensive end. And we have whistles on Simmons, and that'll be his second. And that's the 9th foul, so next one, that'll put Tonganoxie just in the bonus, and Briggs picking that one off, and Wilson, not much he could do there about it.
As he, at least he, lost his footing to make it look not intentional, but again, there was no doubt that Wilson was his only option to stop the easy bucket there by Briggs was a foul. And
absolutely. Now, see, if that was me, I probably would have been too aggressive. I probably would have wrapped around one of the legs, like trying to stop a runner from getting out of the rugby scrum at football. But, yeah, that's just smart play by Wilson. I mean, it's only the 15th foul, and it wasn't a shooting foul by any means, so no chance of free throws. And you come away giving up no points on that possession off the turnover. Wilson taking the screen, and now it's in the hands of Novotny. Kicking it out to Conroy, who stops, and back up to Wilson. And you can tell, and collision there. Porter hitting the deck. Wilson getting free, and for two. He's got 8 in the second half, 16 in total. Briggs, open three. He buries it. First player to crack 20 points in this one with 21 for Jerron Briggs. Novotny thought about pulling the trigger there.